Taurus, welcome to your hopes, fears, and reality spread. We're going to do right here. As per usual, you can click on that description box below and it'll talk about the significance of the spread as well as the placement of each card if you're interested. Ooh. You are hoping that equal give and take in this particular situation is going to stop being emotionally draining. It really takes a lot out of you to maintain the balance of the situation that you're in, and you don't want to stop giving to both parties equally. Let's keep going. I can go a lot of places with that, but let's see where we are. So the fear that you have is that the communication being sent forward will fall onto deaf ears. So as you're trying to divide your time and energy between two equal forces, be it work and home, be it two actual people, this could be a love triangle situation if this is a romantic spread, but it could also be something as simple as like you have two children and you're trying to divide your time equally between two children or more. There's four hands down here. But whatever it is, you're trying to give equal time to all of your responsibilities, all of the things that you need to do, be it a personal relationship, a vocational thing. It kind of feels like a group, like a family dynamic. More than anything, it almost feels like it's like a work and home situation, like how much time you're actually spending at home as opposed to everything else that you need to do. So it feels like as you're doing this, as you're hoping that, you know, this constant balance and coming in and out in order to almost make everybody else happy, you feel like it's the attempt and the communication that this is a mentally and emotionally exhausting thing might be falling on deaf ears. Like you're really the only one, like you fear that you're the only person who understands that you're in this particular dilemma. You feel like nobody sees how hard you try. But that's just fear. That's not reality. That's your perception of the situation. The reality of the situation is you're actually finding emotional fulfillment within this dance right now. You're actually building towards something that will give long-term happiness. The 10 of Cups is about emotional fulfillment, but it is not about short-term gratification. Um, I have a Pisces friend of mine who reads cards, and she's amazing. She references this as the Thanksgiving card. So I know I have a few people who watch in the UK. So if you're unfamiliar, in the United States, we have a holiday called Thanksgiving, um, and the tradition goes back to well, we're not going to go with the tradition goes back to. Traditionally, these days, you know, people just sit around with family and they think about the things that they are grateful for. So this particular card isn't instant gratification. This is the joy that you recognize over time and looking back over a period of your life. This is reflection on the past and recognizing, gee whiz, I have a good life. So you are finding some emotional fulfillment in this, be it 6 months from now when you look back at this time and you see the fruits of your labor and you're thankful for that, or that you're really exhausting your energy right now to build something strong and solid that will bring you that happiness later. The reality of the situation is you are building something that will make you happy in the long run, even though it requires some major sacrifice right now. However, there might be a missed opportunity or something you don't see. So it feels to me like one of the reasons you're feeling emotionally drained and one of the reasons you feel like nobody's paying attention is because you're projecting past experiences. You see how he's looking at those four empty cups and he's kind of sulking about it, but here's this other cup literally being handed to him by a divine figure, you know. There's this opportunity here that he doesn't even notice. So it feels like as you're busy with the day in and day out responsibilities, and you recognize that these day in and day out responsibilities will eventually be good for you in the long run, there's still something you're missing because you're reflecting back on the past, and chances are you're projecting the losses of the past into the future, which could be detrimental to this happiness over time. So what I would say is start reflecting back now and do look at the things that really do make you happy and focus on those, even though you're tired and even though you're pushing forward, Taurus. Yeah, see, you do have the card of victory here, but it comes with the sacrifice that it makes, the heartaches, the things that we do for the people that we love before we can really take charge and move the ship in our direction. So it kind of feels to me like you recognize the sacrifice that you have to make in order to move you, yourself, your tribe, your home life, your work life in a particular direction. You realize that right now you're putting in the work on the foreground in order to save yourself extra work on the back end. And that's where you become victorious. That's where you get this 10 of cups. You are sacrificing and working very hard right now, but you know in the long run that something good is going to come of this. Taurus, if all I did was validate your feelings today, maybe that's helpful. If this puts you in a sense of deeper thought as to how to better manage your resources, hopefully that's the way that you go with it. You really take the time to see what's working best, what's working not. Or or maybe you just reach out to somebody you love and let them know all the responsibility that you have, and they might be able to help you ease some of that burden as you move forward and bring in this happiness together. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I will see you next time, Taurus.